SVG-TV News headlines sponsored in part by Flow.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Get the best in TV entertainment with 139 channels, 26 in HD, and HBO included. Plus get 80 local Flow landline minutes to enjoy on evenings and weekends. All for $225 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
In the headlines, ULP leader advises budding politicians to always put the interests of the people first and cautions those who break ranks with the party. IMF gives Barbados government a positive report card on its economic recovery and transformation plan. Police corner Hong Kong protesters on university campus as court overturns mask ban. And in sports, Vinci Heat went under to Dominica but maintains group lead in CONCACAF Nations League. These and other stories coming up in SVG-TV's Evening News and Sports.
That was the news headline sponsored in part by Flow.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Get the best in TV entertainment with 139 channels, 26 in HD, and HBO included. Plus get 80 local Flow landline minutes to enjoy on evenings and weekends. All for $225 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
Good evening and welcome to SVG-TV News and Sports for Monday, November 18, 2019. I am Rochelle Batiste with the details. Leader of the ruling Unity Labour Party, Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, advised budding politicians, especially those in the ULP camp, to always put the interests of the people first and not to be viewed as opportunists. The Prime Minister was at the time addressing supporters and well-wishers at the party's 25th anniversary celebrations held last evening at the decommissioned E.T. Joshua Airport tarmac. Larissa Pugsley-Kidd tells us more in this report.
Anytime anybody within this Unity Labour Party, which is a national movement, the heart of the labor movement, and which is a family, and any renegade, any traitor, and any castaway who leave the Labour family, they are dead politically.
Leader of the ruling Unity Labour Party, Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, speaking to party supporters who converged on the tarmac of the decommissioned E.T. Joshua Airport last evening for the party's 25th anniversary celebrations. PM Gonsalves told a large gathering that his party prides itself being people-oriented and having a love for people, and anyone considering becoming a politician and running for his party must bear that in mind. He noted that there are few former members of the ULP whom he considers as opportunists.
We have had opportunists of different shapes and sizes. But I want to tell you this. You cannot leave the Labour family and say you are interested in the people, because the most progressive political movement and organization in the region, in the CARICOM region, is the Unity Labour Party and the Unity Labour Party government. So if you were to say you're interested in people and you become a traitor, a renegade, or a castaway, you are simply an opportunist.
Dr. Gonsalves made reference to two persons who are no longer in politics following their decision to part ways with the party.
That in the year 2000, there are two gentlemen who are persons of substance who thought that they could divide the labor movement. They went into one election in 2001, and since then, we haven't heard from them in politics again. You do not leave the Labour family and survive if you're interested in politics. Not possible, because of the way in which we are grounded.
Jomo Thomas is the most recent member of the ULP to resign. Meanwhile, the ULP leader outlined a number of advances made since his party formed government 18 years ago. He said when they took office, SVG was in shambles. He noted that a party must have a vision and philosophy which are people-centered. The Prime Minister urged supporters to give the ULP another term in office, noting that this time it should not be by a one-seat majority.
And I love you from the bottom of my heart. And I promise to continue to serve you faithfully and well. I want you, when we go to the elections next time, I don't want you to give me a one-seat majority again. I deserve in my farewell run a bigger majority. Help me to prepare the way better in the future.
General elections is constitutionally due here in SVG by March 2021, but is widely anticipated next year, 2020. For SVG-TV News, Larissa Pogsley-Kidd.
And as the ULP looks to secure a fifth term in office, a number of its MPs took to the podium at last evening's celebration rally to speak on the progress made in their respective ministries and express confidence in the ULP's victory at the next polls.
The Unity Labour Party is going for an unprecedented fifth term in office. It would be uncharted territory. We are making this bid not simply on the basis of our achievements to date, but more so on our vision and plans for the future. I am confident that it will be Labour again in 2020. Yes, a young man could take on the leader of the opposition in East Kingston, gain ground and press home for victory in 2020.
Comrades, I am saying this, and I want you to say this with me. I will vote for a party that Comrade Ralph leads any day. I repeat, I will vote for a party that Comrade Ralph leads any day, but not Friday. Any day for Ralph, never Friday. Any day for Ralph, never, ever Friday.
The only power, the only force in St. Vincent and the Grenadines that can defeat Labour is Labour itself. Only if we lose our unity, only if we lose our focus, only if we lose our commitment to country and to party, only then can we lose. The NDP cannot defeat this Labour family. Never happen. Time, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, time cannot defeat the Unity Labour Party.
I may not have been able to give you all that you'd asked for, but we have worked well and we have had tremendous achievements. Finally, this year marks 30 years in my political career. And I do not know when the elections will be called, but rest assured, to the constituents of North Windward, I will never leave you nor forsake you. And given another opportunity, you can rest assured we will bang them again.
Fertilizers are available as of today to farmers through a grant offered by the Ministry of Agriculture. This was announced by Minister of Agriculture and MP for South Central Windward, Suboto Caesar, at the ULP celebration rally last evening. Minister Caesar says 3,200 sacks of fertilizers are available under the grant program, which he considers a gift for Christmas, while also noting that there is a deal for fertilizers to be sold at half price.
Not only will we be making 3,200 sacks available by way of a grant, a gift to our farmers for Christmas, 5,000 sacks will go on sale at half price. Our land is a major part of our wealth. Continue to live by it, and our farmers are showing a renewed commitment.
Minister Caesar said his ministry continues to work with farmers to ensure growth of the sector. And in other news, cyberbullying is an issue of concern here, and members of the public can gain more knowledge on how they can protect themselves from this crime and others using electronic means at the upcoming crime prevention exhibition to be hosted by the RSVG Police Force. In a recent interview with SVG-TV News, Corporal Sion Choi said many persons have become victims of digital or electronic crime, and the exhibition, which will be held on December 6th, serves as a means to educate the public on these and other crimes.
The theme for the exhibition is securing citizens and visitors through innovative policing. So we look in the holistic approach to solve crime in this age, especially in technology. I'm an IT professional and I advise person when it comes to technology, especially with the internet. A lot of person become victims of cyber crimes, and we advise person there's a lot of things, do's and don'ts. We always advise person, think before you click. Read the privacy policy in sites when you decide to click and download anything. And we realize that cyberbullying is on a rampage, so we are advising person it's an offense to cyberbullying. We have the cybercrime laws are there, the act is in effect since 2016. So any person committing any act of crime that relates to cybercrime will be prosecuted.
Corporal Choi said the annual exhibition has had a positive impact on the reduction of crime, particularly during the festive season.
Yes, the crime prevention exhibition, we can say, especially Superintendent Francis, who in charge of the CID department, and ASC Ballantyne, since the exhibition is there, we've seen a reduction, especially of crime during the Christmas time and during the carnival time throughout St. Vincent and the Grenadines, because there are a lot of programs that we are going about, other departments, sensitizing the public, make them aware, the do's and don'ts, give them tips, what to do, what not to do, and on that day, a lot of tips will be at this fingertips. There will be flyers, brochures, person will be speaking for some time, educating the public. So we're expecting the populace to come out and give us our support. See all the business places showcase their security products.
The police today issued a wanted person bulletin for Daniel Porter with the alias Demon of Green Hill. The police say they are carrying out investigations in connection with a series of burglaries and theft which occurred in the Green Hill area, in which Porter is said to be a person of interest. The police are asking the public's assistance in locating the subject. If seen, please contact any police station or assistant commissioner of police in charge of crime at telephone number 4512-467, that's 4512-467, or 4571211, extension 217, or the officer in charge of the CID, the CRO, or the MCU at telephone number 4561810 or 4571211, extension 216 or 220. Calls, they say, will be treated confidentially. Lawyer deems transfer of teachers in SVG as an incurable disease and encourages teachers to stand up for one another. There's another stories coming up when I return with more local news. Stay with us.
The local news sponsored in part by Flow.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Get the best in TV entertainment with 139 channels, 26 in HD, and HBO included. Plus get 80 local Flow landline minutes to enjoy on evenings and weekends. All for $225 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
C-Star Star Limited is now located on the 3rd floor of the First St. Vincent Bank building. They have extended their range of products to furniture, including patio sets, closets, shoe casing, beds and mattresses, TV cabinets, and kitchen cupboards, just to name a few of their luxurious pieces, all at unbelievable prices. Don't just take my word for it. Check them out upstairs the First St. Vincent Bank building. And don't forget, they still have the best in windows, doors, burglar bars, rails, and vanities. C-Star Limited, where quality and style is our motto.
A funeral service should be one that you can be proud of, one that leaves lasting memories of your loved ones. And that's where you need the New Haven Funeral Home. We are proud of the quality and class we have brought to the industry. We are proud for having trained the very first certified embalmers in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We are proud of leading the way in terms of live streaming of funerals online so that your family members overseas could also be part of the celebration of life. We are constantly improving our services. We are driven by customer satisfaction, and we are proud of all that we do.
New Haven Funeral Home.
Breaking news! The greatest tile sale in the history of St. Vincent is back. With more, here's Thin Set Rowdy Face.
Thanks, Juan. Yes, free tiles for Christmas is back at Island Style Interiors, and there's real excitement in the air. Get this, buy 100 tiles at the regular price and get up to the next 25 tiles absolutely free.
Wow, that is a great deal.
Sure is, Juan. My wife's making me buy tiles right now before they sell out.
Vincent? Oh well, this is Juan Cool Guy signing off and heading to Island Style in Arnos Vale for free tiles! Wait for me! Yay!
Kidney disease is a growing concern around the world and here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Chronic kidney disease is a life-threatening condition which occurs when a person's kidneys are no longer able to clean the toxins and waste products from the blood or perform other kidney functions normally. When this happens, a person needs dialysis. Dialysis is where a machine takes over the function of the kidney and safely removes the poisonous waste from the blood. Since 2012, Health Solutions Inc. has operated a full-service hemodialysis facility in SVG that offers state-of-the-art equipment, courteous, well-trained staff, and a comfortable treatment environment.
We're encouraging for early detection. Anyone who is either diabetic or hypertensive and has any questions or concerns, please contact us at 784-451-2836 or visit us at www.healthsolutionssvg.org.
There's a reason you get up on a morning. A reason you pick yourself up, start the day. Maybe it's sheer grit. Maybe it's your ethics. Maybe it's because you know people like you are waiting for people just like you. We all have our reasons, and for Republic Bank, that reason is you. Every little thing, every big thing. It's all about making a difference in your life. Because after 182 years, if it's one thing we're sure about, is that the difference is you. We're here to help.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Courts blackout deals are back. There's no need to wait because these deals are available all week long. Shop now for amazing Black Friday prices. Monday 18th to Saturday 23rd November. Only at Courts. Nobody does Black Friday better. Courts, bringing value home.
Welcome back. The illegal and illogical transfer of teachers seems to be an incurable disease here in SVG that plagues not only the teaching service but the entire public service. So says lawyer Zita Banwell, who was at the time delivering the feature address at the rally hosted last Friday by the SVG Teachers Union in commemoration of Teachers Solidarity Week 2019. Banwell made reference to the case involving former president of the SVG Teachers Union, Otto Sam, who was transferred from the teaching service in which he served for 30 years to the National Emergency Management Organization, NEMO.
While it is true that the civil service order states that public servants are liable to transfer, I want to take this opportunity to remind you that such transfers must be reasonable in the circumstances and must be legal. Mr. Sam was transferred from his post of head teacher to NEMO to do literally nothing and nothing related to teaching. Within weeks of being transferred, and because he tried to assert his rights, he was sent on compulsory leave for 45 days. Imagine that you transfer a man to a new position and with a manner of urgency, as if to say that this person possesses such skills that you need that person right away for a job, but yet in a short few weeks, you send him home.
Banwell said the union and its members must always be on guard and ready to challenge actions which they deem as wrong.
Because it is only when you maintain the courage to challenge wrongs will wrongs stop rearing its ugly head. Don't quiver, don't buckle, because it's the almighty state that you are coming up against. The story of our brothers tells us that justice must and will prevail. We must be patient and persevere, and never let political affiliation separate and divide men.
The lawyer said the power of the SVG-TU is not only seen in its courage to challenge any wrong by the state, but in its ability and commitment to encourage teacher training to deliver quality education to the nation's children.
You are 1,600 teachers strong. 68 across 68 primary schools, 27 secondary schools, and 3 special needs education centers. And in all of those schools, more than or close to 60% of teachers are trained. 86% of teachers at primary school, 65% of teachers at the special education centers, and 58.2% at secondary schools. This is a very noteworthy achievement, especially when many of you undertake education training programs while teaching full-time and managing homes. And at the completion of this challenge, you rightfully expect a promotion because that is how the system ought to work. You give stellar service and have topped it off with advanced training.
This year's Teachers Solidarity Week was held under the theme Vincentian Educators and the SVG-TU taking the lead. Education is key to ensure the right of consumers is preserved, and more work must be done to sensitize both the business community and consumers on their rights and responsibilities. This was the view shared by the panel on the Viewpoint program last evening on SVG-TV discussing customer service in SVG. Officer 2 in the Ministry of Trade, Ramel Currency, said legislations, enforcement and awareness go hand in hand in protecting the consumer. Currency said while legislation will never be perfect and enforcement institutions may be constrained by resources, awareness will assist the public in making good purchasing decisions.
Act more prudently. They will do more research. Due diligence is important, and that is where our department comes in. In the absence of all the legislation that are needed, in the absence of capacity, adequate capacity to deal with the issues that come to us, we have to champion awareness. So we go out into the schools, because to change the generation, you have to start from the very grassroots level. Right? Because you have to just talk about culture. You mentioned culture a while back. We have to change the culture of trying to find out as much information about things before we purchase them. We ask questions, and the suppliers themselves, they have obligations. they have obligations to provide as much information to the consumer as possible, because the consumer has to make an informed decision. Right? Okay. So the consumers they shouldn't be afraid to ask the supplier, hey, what is the warranty on this? If this happens, what am I going to get? Likewise for a service, what is include what this drug is going to do to me? These other things. Information is paramount. Right?
Okay. Another panelist on the program, former Director of Trade, Nathaniel Williams, agreed that government cannot regulate everything and said there is a role for consumer associations to play in protecting the consumer through education.
In a lot of areas, while the legislation may be passed, the enforcement is even difficult. Some of our judges are not even trained in terms of and some of our lawyers are not trained in marine issues, for example. How many marine lawyers we have? If we have other technocratic issues, how many lawyers are trained in the technocratic issues to make defenses and prosecution? So therefore, there is a lot of issues we need to look at when we talk about government passing laws and enforcing, and it's not always that easy. One of the easier ways is for the people to be informed and for consumer association to do pro bono to other larger consumer groups abroad, for example, who may have resources to help you. And because if you expect government to be able to regulate in these small economies, it is going to be a very high uphill battle. It's going to be difficult. Okay.
Williams added that there must be more creative ways to engage the various segments of society to arm them with information on their rights and responsibilities.
You have to reassess the media or medium you're going to use to get it. For example, this program tonight, how many young people may listen to it? If we text blast it, or we have a podcast which we put on WhatsApp and text, they would more look at their own convenience and begin to understand. If we use music, we don't use music enough to sensitize, educate, Calypso is a very good way of sensitizing, but we only do it seasonally. So we have to look at education not only in the continuous work, but in the medium or media we're going to use that targets this special group. Otherwise, it may be out there in public, but people wouldn't read it. They say if you want to hide it, type it, print it, and it's hidden. People wouldn't read it. But if you send it out in the social media where people are more interactive. Right. So within education, we have to look at the content, one, and two, we have to look at the means of distribution of that information. Dispensing. And I think it's a critical area of education, not only the content, but the methods we use.
Well, that brings us to the end of the local segment of our news. We hear that Barbados government receives a positive report card from the IMF on its economic recovery and transformation plan. This from the region. When we return, stay with us.
That was the local news segment.
The Ever-Ready Funeral Home at French's is your friend in times of grief. With over 40 years' experience, they are prepared to take care of all your funeral arrangements. Embalming, lowering device service, grave mattresses, carpeting, vaults, tombs, and wreaths. Arrangements for television obituaries. Cremation is available upon request. Ever-Ready Funeral Home offers the finest in caskets and coffins, local and imported. So, in your time of need, call Ever-Ready Funeral Home at any time. 456-1494. Ever-Ready Funeral Home, offering service above self.
Juicy, juicy, drink today. Juicy, juicy, same great taste. Juicy, juicy, the original drink. It's a Vinci Tang. Get your red and banana, pineapple, juicy cola, orange or apple. Juicy for you and for your neighbor. It's a Vinci Tang. Enjoy it juicy, the original Vinci Tang. Juicy.
With your eyes only, I never need.
The health
health of your eyes greatly impacts your daily life, from driving, watching television to texting. At Imperial Optical Inc., we promise you the best in eye care. Our trained staff, in-house ophthalmologist, optometrist, full-service lab and optical boutique position us to cater to your entire eye care. Understanding your needs and how to meet them, whether you require routine eye examination, prescription glasses, contact lenses, or sunglasses, you can choose from a wide range of designer frames at affordable prices and be greeted with excellent customer service in an inviting atmosphere when you visit us opposite the Anglican Cathedral on 58 Granville Street, Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., where your vision is our mission. Telephone 456-1882. Fax 456-2205.
That's new for your eyes only.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They call General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Tourism is for me. Tourism is for you. Tourism is everyone's business. Yeah. Live it, love it, embrace it.
Still going to town for hardware? No, you don't need to. Pinchers Hardware in Pembroke. It's your one-stop shop for all your hardware needs. We stock building materials, blocks, sand, and stones. Also plumbing and electrical fittings. We have automotive supplies too. And to make things easy, we will deliver to your location. Come on in or simply call us at 458-7591 or 533-1576. We are open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Pinchers Hardware, located in Pembroke, where quality meets price.
Courts blackout deals are back. There's no need to wait because these deals are available all week long. Shop now for amazing Black Friday prices Monday 18th to Saturday 23rd November only at Courts. Nobody does Black Friday better. Courts, bringing value home.
The regional news segment sponsored by Massey Stores SVG Limited.
Massey Stores Pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
Welcome back. In our news from the region now, we hear that Barbados' impressive progress in implementing its ambitious homegrown economic recovery and transformation program gets another positive review from the International Monetary Fund. Head of the IMF for the Barbados delegation, Bert Van Slem, says the island has met all of the program's targets for September. We hear more in this report from CBC News Barbados.
What happens next, Mr. Van Salm says, IMF officials are confident that Barbados can reach its 6% surplus target for a full year under the program.
This agreement is still subject to approval by the IMF's executive board, which is expected to consider the review in December. And upon the completion of it, the next tranche under the program would be disbursed, which would be about 48 million US dollars, leading to total disbursements of just under 150 million US dollars.
Mr. Van Salm says IMF officials are also very impressed with how quickly Barbados has been able to secure an external debt restructuring program. As a result, he says the island can expect some upgrades from international credit rating agencies like Standard & Poor's and Moody's when that program is completed by the middle of December.
And that sort of sends a signal to the whole investment community out there, whether it be foreign direct investment or people who are interested in buying bond or debt instruments, that Barbados is doing better and that it is truly open for business. So we think this will mark a very important moment, not just from the perspective of having lower interest rates, having a grace period for 5 years on this external debt, having a significant principal haircut, as we call it, so an immediate reduction of the debt. All of that is very important for the macroeconomic framework, but perhaps even more important is the signal that it sends to the global community.
Minister in the Ministry of Finance, Ryan Strawn, says the confidence that is returning to the Barbados economy means that the 13% interest rates we usually paid on debt servicing has now been reduced substantially to around 6.5%. He says this means that many of the various projects that were stalled can now get going.
The reality is that the downgrades that we experienced over the last few years would have created a significant amount of increasing costs for capital for any company that wants to undertake investment in Barbados. Certainly, we should not forget that when we took office last year, we just had about 5 weeks of import cover, and therefore there was questions about the integrity of the exchange rate. So therefore, our ability to conclude this external debt solution will create the space for a new level of financing for projects in Barbados. Confidence, obviously, within the investor community will be enhanced.
Mr. Strawn says Barbados is by no means out of its economic hole and cautioned that the country must stay on track.
In Grenada, Attorney General Dashan Ramdani is soliciting the support of members of the Grenada Bar Association to bring drastic changes to the criminal law. We hear more in this GBN television news report.
The proposed amendments to the criminal code seeks to increase the penalty upon summary conviction for indecent assault from 5 years to 7 years, to increase the penalty upon indictment for rape from 30 years to life imprisonment, and to repeal the provisions regarding testimonies of children of tender years. However, some members of the Grenada Bar Association say some aspects will be excessive, the process backward, and other parts unconstitutional.
From the leading law officer in our country, we are almost 50 years since independence, a veritable civilized nation. But the Attorney General is taking us down the road to caveman legislation. This reform, I don't know that a first-year legal student, law student, would have come up with something like this.
The draft criminal code amendment bill presented to the Grenada Bar Association by Attorney General Dashan Ramdani stated that in light of recent cases involving young victims of sexual abuse, the need for the review and upgrade of certain aspects of the criminal law has been brought into focus. However, Attorney Derek Sylvester disagrees.
Should the Attorney General not focus on the condition of the prison? Men defecate in buckets after 4 when the gates are locked? That the cells in St. David's, the cells in Grandance, the cells on the Carenage, the odors are so pungent that when I go to see a client, I have to step back 6 feet.
Attorney Anselm Clouden and Jerry Edwin also disagree with the draft proposals.
It says that the judge can treat a fact as having been proved without evidence being led to prove that fact. That's tyrannical. You find this in communist countries. You don't have to prove anything. And this is alarming. And I wonder what had gone through the Attorney General's mind when he purported to make these Buck Rogers unconstitutional suggestions.
The call for the AG's office is to remove certain restrictions pertaining to the admission of evidence, as well as to expand the classes of persons permitted to have access to or remain in the room or building in which matters are being heard in sexual cases.
That was our news from the region. Police corner Hong Kong protesters on university campus as court overturns mask ban. This from the international scene. When we return, stay with us.
That was a regional news segment sponsored by Massey Stores SVG Limited.
Massey Stores Pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
LA Unique Upholstery. Quality at a low cost. We build to suit your needs. Contact us at Redemption Shops 457-0182 or Stony Grounds 453-2089.
26 retail shops and restaurants open now for your convenience. At the cruise ship terminal. At the cruise ship terminal. It's a great venue to run for functions. Secure parking, great ambiance. At the cruise ship terminal. At the cruise ship terminal.
Convenient parking at the Kingstown Cruise Ship Terminal and the Geese Compound. The Kingstown Cruise Ship Terminal has 26 retail shops and restaurants with a variety of food offerings. A great secure venue for your functions with a great ambience. Also, we offer lock storage service. The Cruise Ship Terminal. Convenience for you.
At the cruise ship terminal. The cruise ship terminal.
The body moves in many expressive ways. The freedom of movement is often taken for granted until that freedom is restricted by pain. Myers Pain Kill Gel is scientifically formulated to alleviate muscle and joint inflammation. With this gel, you can target the pain in areas where it's needed the most. Bring the joy of movement back into your life with Myers Pain Kill Gel. Available at leading stores and pharmacies in SVG.
Courts blackout deals are back. There's no need to wait because these deals are available all week long. Shop now for amazing Black Friday prices. Monday 18th to Saturday 23rd November. Only at Courts. Nobody does Black Friday better. Courts, bringing value home.
SVG-TV International News segment sponsored in part by Carrez Distribution Limited.
For over 60 years, we have sought only the best beans grown in the lush hills of the Andean mountains of Colombia. Cold Cafe. We carefully select only the very best beans and roast them to delicious perfection by our experienced roast masters. Cold Cafe. Cold Cafe treats you to one of the finest coffees in the world. Available in classic and decaffeinated. A rich flavor and aroma that can only come from 100% Colombian coffee. Cold Cafe. Indulge yourself in our delicious cappuccinos available in classic mocha and French vanilla. Enjoy them hot to warm your soul or cool to cool you down. Either way, they are incredibly satisfying. So go ahead, enjoy Cold Cafe and treat yourself.
Let's go further afield now. Hong Kong police using tear gas and rubber bullets fought off protesters today as they tried to break through a police cordon that is trapping hundreds of them on a university campus. Protesters advanced on police from outside the cordon while others emerged from the campus, their trademark umbrellas at the fore. Police in some places swooped in to subdue protesters and make arrests. We hear more in this CNN report.
Well, Alison, we are still here with the protesters on the streets, several blocks from the Polytechnic University, where those hundreds of protesters are trapped. A short time ago, police just fired canister after canister of tear gas. We could hear just the pounding. And now, as you can see, these protesters have formed a front line. There are bricks in front of them. The riot police are just ahead, maybe 100 meters. Okay, they've set a shop alight. That's what they're looking at. They have been throwing petrol bombs non-stop, and we can see them. They just walk around with their petrol bombs and then light them and throw them at police. And then officers retaliate with rounds and rounds of tear gas. Rubber bullets are also being fired. But this is a game of cat and mouse, Alison. This is now what happens on the streets of Hong Kong. And many of these protests have turned out to try and divert attention from the university. They're hoping that this will attract police resources away from the university and that those inside will be freed. But the police have cordoned it off. There is no way in, no way out. They have told protesters inside the university that they must surrender. Otherwise, they will have to take over the university. Now, riot police are just moving into position. We're expecting them to either charge, which is one of the tactics. Okay, okay, no. Yeah, no, tear gas. I know, tear gas. But it can sometimes be a little bit close, the tear gas. And what is extraordinary, Alison, is that these protesters, they are armed with umbrellas. They are armed with umbrellas and they are taking on the police. This is what is unfolding on the streets of Hong Kong now on a daily basis. Okay, we're just going to get out of here.
Get out of here, they're coming. The bombs.
And so, Anna, those are tear gas canisters that we're seeing right now being lobbed from the police. So that's the fires of petrol bombs, and yes, police are just firing. You can hear the. Okay, just let's move back. Let's move back. Okay, all right. No, they are. All right, let's go back. This is when the police charge. Okay, go. Okay, we're okay. We're okay. Okay.
And
all right, let's get in here.
You and your crew safe.
Hey, Yep, that's right. And you can see dozens and dozens of riot police moving in. The protesters, Brad, if I can just move our camera, several hundred meters away. And this is the game of cat and mouse that is continually playing out on the streets of Hong Kong. It really is just quite extraordinary. One of the largest financial centres in the world has been reduced to this.
Well, that's the news. Sports is just ahead, but before that, let's take a look at the local weather forecast.
SVG-TV International News segment was sponsored in part by Carez Distribution Limited.
Let's go! Turn up the fun!
With Chocolisto and its great flavor, enriched with vitamins and minerals that help you grow.
Chocolisto makes you big and strong.
The weather report sponsored in part by General Hardware, Budgemart Limited.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Budgemart's Big Sellout is back with the best deals for you. 3-liter classic kettle was $47.95, now $35.95. Wok pan with glass lid was $80, now $60. Juice jug with glasses was $14.65, now $11. 6-piece bathroom set was $60.50, now $45. Water jug with glasses, now only $18.95. Animal pancake pan was $10, now only $7.50. Real deals, real savings, and no gimmicks. All these deals and more at Budgemart. When every dollar counts, shop at Budgemart.
The local weather forecast, it is fair, winds calm, temperature is 27.2 degrees Celsius, relative humidity is 84%. The barometric pressure is 1010.1 millibars, 24-hour rainfall nil. Today's maximum temperature is 30.5 degrees Celsius. Today's minimum temperature is 27.5 degrees Celsius. Sunset today at 5:34 p.m. Sunrise tomorrow at 6:05 a.m. The forecast, it is fair to partly cloudy. However, some scattered showers are likely during early morning. Synopsis, a low pressure area lingers northeast of the island chain.
The weather report was sponsored in part by General Hardware, Budgemart Limited.
Budgemart's big sellout is back and still has the best deals. Baguette bread pans now only $29.95. 5-piece cake pan set was $84.90, now $63.70. 4-piece non-stick cake pan set was $55, now $39.60. 3-piece non-stick pan set was $29.20, now $21.90. Short motion bins was $297.55, now $223.15. 6-piece aluminum pot set was $450, now $350. Tall motion bin was $423.64, now $317.75. Real deals, real savings, and no gimmicks. When every dollar counts, shop at Budgemart.
There's a reason you get up on a morning. A reason you pick yourself up, start the day. Maybe it's sheer grit. Maybe it's your ethics. Maybe it's because you know people like you are waiting. For people just like you. We all have our reasons, and for Republic Bank, that reason is you. Every little thing, every big thing. It's all about making a difference in your life. Because after 182 years, if it's one thing we're sure about, is that the difference is you. We're here to help.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Welcome to the evening sports. We heard that Vinci Heat took a big step towards the 2021 CONCACAF Gold Cup on Friday with a 1-0 win over Nicaragua in the Group D of League B of the 2019-2020 tournament at the Arnorsville Sports Complex. The game's only goal came on the hour mark after Solomon's shot went wide. Javing Sutherland charged into the area and spun a header goalward that beat Nicaragua goalkeeper for a 1-0 Vinci Heat victory.
Off and running here in space. Opportunity to shoot it. Alive. Big cross to the back post. Opportunity brought down on the chest. 1v1 with Rosas. Curls it to the far post. Chavarria gets an opening. Puts his cross in. It's blocked down. And Sandy beats Stewart's cross is blocked. Gets it over to Solomon. And his shot is far post. Brown heads it back across. Sutherland with the header, and it's finally in! Trying to get involved. Floats this one in. A big chance here. Off the cross. Big goalkeeper. Ladon in the box. Off the post. And it stays out. Do it. Off the back of the...
And Dominica hosted Vinci Heat today in Group D of League B of the tournament at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium in Roseau, Dominica. Dominica, who came off a 4-0 loss in Suriname on Friday, defeated Vinci Heat with a goal in the 71st minute. Vinci Heat, however, remains at the top of the table in the group of the league with 11 points. In second is Suriname on 10 and third Nicaragua on 7, with Dominica in the cellar position with 3 points. Suriname and Nicaragua face each other later tonight in Nicaragua. Shai Ho played another classy knock, but this time it was in vain as West Indies went down to Afghanistan by 29 runs in a series decider on Sunday night to hand the hosts a 2-1 victory in the 3-match T20 International Series. In the winner-takes-all final contest of the series, Hope's 52 of 46 balls was topped by a blazing 79 of 52 balls from Gus Buzz, which made the difference on the night. The attacking opener made a hit 6 fours and 5 sixes as the Afghans posted 156 for 8 of 20 overs. West Indies were kept in the hunt by equally attractive half-century by Hope, caught at cover as he tried to go over the top, and the hopes of victory faded at that stage. The Windies eventually mustered 127 for 7 of their 20 overs after being at one stage 80 for 3 in the 12th over. Hope was not originally in the squad for the series, but was called up on the day of the match as cover for Dennis Ramdin, who was unable to participate due to a left hamstring injury. In the first half of the match, West Indies got 2 early wickets in the power play as Sheldon Cottrell rocked the innings left-hander Zazie well caught by Irvin Lewis, and then Kareem Janat was taken between keeper Hope. Ramal Ulna then shared a crucial third wicket stand of 50 with veteran Asghar Afghan, who made 24 of 20 balls before he was caught at mid-wicket trying to hook a bouncer from Kimon Paul, 2 for 21. Vincentian Kesrick Williams bowled well at the end of the innings to finish with 2 for 31 of his 4 overs. This completed a successful return to international cricket for the Seamer as he ended as the leading wicket taker with 8 wickets for 71 runs of 12 overs. And Evan Lewis' recent good showing in the T20 International Series against Afghanistan has seen him move into the top 10 of the ICC rankings for batsmen in this format. The left-hander had scores of 68, 14 and 24, which earned him a jump of 7 places and into 7th position, making him the only West Indies in the top bracket. Lewis has done well in the T20 International format with 2 centuries against India in 125 not out Jamaica and 100 Florida, as well as 91 against Pakistan in Trinidad. There was also a rise for 2 West Indian bowlers who performed well over the 3 matches. Vincentian Kesrick Williams completed a successful return to international cricket as he ended as a leading wicket taker with 8 wickets for 71 runs of 12 overs. This earned him a jump to number 23 in the rankings released today. Meanwhile, Sheldon Cottrell, the left-armed new ball bowler, has broken into the top 20. He bowled well in all 3 matches with a best of 2 for 29 in the final match on Sunday night. The next white ball assignment will be 3 one-day internationals and 3 T20 internationals against India in December. With the white ball formats completed, the West Indies and Afghanistan will now switch their attention to the test match, which will be played from November 27th to December 1st. It will be the 6th test match for West Indies this year and first away from home. The evening sports will continue in a moment. Stay with us.
My sister's pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors and children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Lassie Stars Pharmacy, Lassie Stars Pharmacy, where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores, Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
Quality products, quality care, low prices, great customer service, all at Q-Care Pharmacy. Q-Care leads the way, providing all your pharmaceutical needs, a variety of personal care products, and so much more. Located on Halifax Street. Telephone number 451-2690. Q-Care Pharmacy, where the Q stands for quality.
A wide range of furniture.
Right here at Singer.
Affordable beds and mattresses.
Right here at Singer. Washing machines to make your laundry clean and fresh. Singer is a family store
that gives you the best hire purchase deals.
Right here at Singer.
We'll outfit your home.
Right here at Singer. The #1 family store.
It's us for Singer.
A funeral is considered as the last goodbye. The memories are for you, the family and loved ones. Joseph the Silva Senior Memorial Funeral Home sympathizes and understands the grieving process. They go the extra mile, offering counseling, private funeral, chapel service, night viewing and church service, along with other services expected at a professional funeral home. Visit the office at Mesopotamia. A warm, modern, and customer-friendly environment awaits you. Joseph the Silva Senior Memorial Funeral Home, offering affordability in time of need. We are here. We care.
Courts blackout deals are back. There's no need to wait because these deals are available all week long. Shop now for amazing Black Friday prices Monday 18th to Saturday 23rd November only at Courts. Nobody does Black Friday better. Courts, bringing value home.
Welcome back. The West Indies women continue their recent struggles against India after going down by 5 runs in a rain-affected T20 international fixture at Providence Stadium in Guyana. Only 18 overs were possible after a steady downpour held up the start of play. When the teams did take the pitch, it was the West Indies women who won the toss and opted to field. Middle order Posha Vastakar was the only player to choose double figures with 10 as the team had a balanced scoring act to speed to 50 for 7 of their 9 overs. Hayley Matthews was a pick of the Windies bowlers after claiming figures 3 for 13. Afi Fletcher and Shanita Grinman were also among the wickets after claiming 2 each. In response, Matthews also said at top of the order after making 11 from 14 balls, while Chanel Henry also adding an identical total. Natasha McLean also contributed 10 from 9 balls, but the team eventually fell short as they ran out of overs. Anusha Pantil was the best bowler for India after claiming 2 for 8. The result marked a 4th consecutive loss for the regional team, who have been unable to keep a pace with India for either the T20 or previously played ODI series. 6 matches were played on the weekend in the 2nd division of the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Football Federation National Club Championships. On Saturday at the Layu Playing Field, Sharps 09 and Sharps FC played to a 1-all tie. Parkside Rollers blanked Rosens 3-0 at the Camden Park Playing Field, and at Brighton, Strikeforce outclassed Greenhill 9-4. Then on Sunday, Dasco and Brownsford played to a 1-all draw at the Chile Playing Field. At Brighton, 1997, Hillside Rollers defeated United Strikers 4-1, and at Camden Park, Richmond Hill registered a 5-1 win over Rochdale. Red Bull's Mark Verstappen passed Lewis Hamilton's Mercedes twice to take a brilliant victory in a gripping Brazilian Grand Prix on the weekend. Behind him, the race developed into a dramatic finale as the Ferraris of Sebastian Vettel and Charles Leclerc collided while disputing 4th place. Then Hamilton collided with Red Bull's Alexander Albon, and Toro Rosso's Perez Gasly held off the Mercedes for 2nd place on the line. It was a remarkable end to one of the most incident-packed races in recent memory. Hamilton took the blame for his crash, and Albon and was penalized after the race by 5 seconds, demoting him to 7th, promoting Carlos Sainz to 3rd, and giving McLaren a first podium finish since the Australian Grand Prix in 2014, 118 races ago. And that's how we end sports this evening. We'll be right back to wrap things up. Stay with us.
Welcome to Finishing and Furnishing, where a warm and friendly staff awaits you. At Finishing and Furnishing, you feel like you're in a home away from home. You will find a wide range of bedroom, living room, and appliances displayed in a stunning setting. When dealing with furniture, you need to take into consideration the colors of your room. That's why at our Penta Studio, we supply the best in interior and exterior paints. Have wooden furniture? Well, we also have stains, sealers, lacquers to get that matte or gloss finish of your desire. So give us a call at 457-2206 and come on down to Finishing and Furnishing today and start building the home of your dreams.
Tourism is for me. Tourism is for you. Tourism is everyone's business. Yeah, live it, love it, embrace it. Search for Life is back again. Your favorite game. Win house and land. SUV plus 50 grand. 50 and 25 grand. Second and third prize in your hand. Yeah. So play as much as you can. Monthly prizes to be won. Set for life. A brand new house. Set for life. A brand new car. Set for life. $10 for a bet. Live your life with no regrets. Set for life. Did your day done set? Set for life. December 28th. Set for life. Check the lotto machine. Get set for 2019. Set for life. Live all of your dreams. Be a winner. Turn your own keys. Set for life.
Why don't I just go to Gibson's Building Supplies?
Here at Gibson's, it doesn't matter if you're building, renovating, or just shopping to improve your home. Because this Christmas, Gibson's Building Supplies has all that you need. With 25% off selected doors and tiles, 20% off paint, and 15% off store-wide. Many more deals to come. So why feel like this when you can feel like this? So come on in to Gibson's Building Supplies today.
Courts blackout deals are back. There's no need to wait because these deals are available all week long. Shop now for amazing Black Friday prices Monday 18th to Saturday 23rd November only at Courts. Nobody does Black Friday better. Courts, bringing value home.
And now for a second look at the headlines. UAP leader advises budding politicians to always put the interests of the people first and cautions those who break ranks with the party. IMF gives Barbados government a positive report card on its economic recovery and transformation plan. Police corner Hong Kong protesters on university campus as court overturns a mask ban. And in sports, Vinci Heat went under to Dominica but maintains a group lead in CONCACAF Nations League. On behalf of all of us here at SVG-TV, thanks for viewing. I am Rochelle Batiste. Don't forget to visit our Facebook page for a recap of the news and daily headlines. Also tune in for SVG-TV News in 15 at 12:45 p.m. weekdays. Have a good evening.
There's a reason you get up on a morning. A reason you pick yourself up, start the day. Maybe it's sheer grit. Maybe it's your ethics. Maybe it's because you know people like you are waiting. For people just like you. We all have our reasons, and for Republic Bank, that reason is you. Every little thing, every big thing. It's all about making a difference in your life. Because after 182 years, if it's one thing we're sure about, is that the difference is you. We're here to help.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices, then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Court's blackout deals are back. There's no need to wait because these deals are available all week long. Shop now for amazing Black Friday prices Monday 18th to Saturday 23rd November only at Courts. Nobody does Black Friday better. Courts, bringing value home.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Get the best in TV entertainment with 139 channels, 26 in HD, and HBO included. Plus get 80 local Flow landline minutes to enjoy on evenings and